Hey geeks, this is cousin Heather Stone Capel from Mamaroneck, New York. When I'm not decorating my Disney tree or doing my 1,000-piece Mickey and Minnie Christmas puzzle, I go geeking on Walt Disney World with Curtis, Lindsay, and the whole geekin' family.
Hey Disney World geeks, Curtis Stone here. Welcome to episode 431 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. This week, I hope you had a great Christmas. I know we sure did here in the Stone family household. I hope you did too. This week we're going to do a deep review and user experience with that new Genie Plus. Lots of food talk with a Super Geek, good friend of ours, Stephanie Watson, and I've been having fun chatting with Disney World fans and geeks like Stephanie for over 7 years. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. I started the podcast with my daughter Lindsay talking about our Disney World trips, and then we began to bring our friends, the Disney geeks, on to tell their trip stories, and our listeners like you're so positive, caring, and generous. We do encourage a family atmosphere here on the podcast. Before too long, they were calling me the Podfather, and I continue to bring on the listeners. You guys come on and tell your Disney World stories, and we'd love for you to join our Geekin' family. We've got an amazing private discussion group in Facebook. Search for Geekin' on WDW Family. It's a great place to go ask your questions for that upcoming trip. They give some great answers. They're just fantastic. Lots of engagement there and lots of positivity. They'll also share their trip pictures and stories, and you're going to have lots of fun tracking their trips or sharing your trips too out there on our private Facebook group. It's one of the best Disney World groups out there on Facebook. And we're also independent Disney authorized travel guides with Fairy Tale Concierge. Fairy Tale Concierge is a authorized platinum Disney travel agency, and we'd love to be your travel guides and help you book your rooms and those dining reservations. I know Stephanie is often talking to Mom and Auntie Judy about her plans down to Disney World, and we'd love it if you did too. Get started by emailing them, travelingtiaras@gmail.com. Yeah, it's been a busy holiday season, and I'll bring Mom and Auntie Judy back on for the Talking with Travel and Tiaras real soon. But this week, we're going to get right into that trip report with Stephanie. This was the first time she stayed at a deluxe resort, and it was the Boardwalk. She also did a night at the French Quarter, which is a real favorite of many of our geeks. Talk about her must-do plans, and then we get right into the food, like the food court at French Quarter, Flame Tree Barbecue, Pecos Bills for the first time, Backlot Express, City Works Poorhouse, boy, that's one I want to try, Crystal Palace, Cape May Cafe. She does a great explanation of Space 220. She does the sci-fi for the first time. She tries out Beaches and Cream, Steakhouse 71, Topolino Terrace for breakfast, Tutto Italiano, T-Rex. Man, lots of great food descriptions on this episode, like usual on our podcast. Haleo, I'm saying that right? Jaleo. I looked it up. It's in Disney Springs. I get it confused during the conversation. I don't know why I thought she was talking about Chico, but it's Haleo, which is a tapas kind of Mexican restaurant in Disney Springs. Hadn't heard much of that one, so this is a new one on me. Oga's, Trader Sam's, and then she does a really deep, geeky look into the Genie Plus and her experience with it. It's fantastic. One great thing about our trip reports, you get that perspective from a guest, and some of our listeners and the super geeks that come on our show are just so great at describing. So you're going to get a great look at the Genie Plus and her experience. She also did 2 hours of extra magic hours because she was a deluxe resort guest, and built a droid with her kids, and did a different kind of lightsaber experience over at Star Tours, did a trick or treat at the resort. Wow. And she's also a runner with the Wine and Dine Run Disney. This episode is packed. So fantastic. Stephanie, boy, she really is a super geek. She's got some great restaurant food and Disney Plus reviews for you this week. Let's geek on Walt Disney World with our pal Stephanie Watson. Oh, one of the great things about doing the podcast is all the friends we've made through the show. And I've got somebody here who's become a good friend of Mom and mine, and met her in the parks several times, hanging out with her. And I think I'm going to ask her. I think she's a client of Margita's too. I'm pretty sure. We're going to ask her, but please give a warm Geekin' family welcome to Stephanie Watson.
Hi, geeks. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me back. I'm glad to be back.
Have you been on the podcast? I'm starting to forget who I've had and who I haven't had.
Yeah, I've been on one other time. So
is that all?
Yep.
Seems like you're always around, Stephanie, when we're down in Disney World. I remember the first time we met, it was like a drive-by, though, because, right? Wasn't it the first G3?
First G3. Yep. I did a drive-by at the Brazil booth at Food and Wine.
Did we share some Brazilian cheese bread?
Cheese bread, exactly. Yep. Can't go to Food and Wine without Brazilian cheese bread.
That was a fun night too. That was like my first night, I think, there with Mom, and we were going around World Showcase, which is always fun. Had a good crew, but yeah, you had a friend with you, but you couldn't stay long. That's
correct. Yeah, I couldn't stay long, and then I think I ran into you and Margita and Judy and Ken and Deidre at Fantasmic one night.
We did do Fantasmic.
About a year later.
Yes, we did do that together. Is that it? Seems like there's more.
I know.
I think that's it. You come out to all our Zooms, and I was because we see you and know you going down there quite a bit.
Yeah.
And to know that you did a family trip is awesome. And I think you booked it with Mama, right?
I did. Yep. Mama and Judy were extremely helpful in booking. We kind of had a tag team effort booking dining, since dining is a little bit more tricky these days, right? In the post world.
It's funny you said that, because I know they were on Sunday. They were helping somebody out, and I was thinking, we've got so many experienced geeks. It is kind of, like you said, tag team. All three of you could work it and split it all up and get it done 3 times as fast, right?
Exactly. Divide and conquer.
Very cool. Well, we're going to talk about food. I got your notes. You know the drill. We're going to talk about food for sure. And so who went on this trip, Stephanie?
This trip was primarily a family trip, which was just me and my husband and our 2 sons, who are 8 and 10.
Nice.
Yeah, and this was a reschedule. I'd actually rescheduled with Mama about, I think, 4 or 5 times.
I was going to say, I go downstairs a lot, and Stephanie's on the phone call. Hey, Curtis, say hi to Stephanie.
Say hi. Yep. We were originally supposed to go in April of 2020, and we were going on a cruise out of Port Canaveral, and had added only a couple of days for a Disney trip on, because my sons hadn't seen Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and some other rides that had opened in the last year or so, in like 2019. So that was our plan. And then, everything got twisted upside down.
Yeah, so I've heard.
So we rescheduled for fall of 2020, and then we moved it to, I think, February of 21, and then it was spring break 21, it was June 21, and we finally long time coming. Yeah, finally settled on Halloween of 21, and it all worked out. So
that's great.
Yeah, so we were there. We flew down on Friday the 29th, and we left on November 6th. So we sandwiched that Halloween Christmas decoration a little bit.
Awesome.
And yeah, so it was just the 4 of us. And then my parents decided at the last minute to come down for the last 3 days of our trip while I was doing the Run Disney Wine and Dine 10K.
Wow.
And they spent a day with us at Hollywood Studios and a day at Epcot. So that really they tacked on kind of that last minute, and Mama was able to help them out with tickets. So.
Oh, wow. Really cool. Yeah. Tell us where you stayed before we get into the food talk.
Yeah, so our main reservation was at the boardwalk, and after having bounced around so many times, and we kind of decided that a cruise was not really in our wheelhouse right now, especially with the kids being so young and not vaccinated at this point.
Okay.
So we decided to extend the Disney trip longer than the 2-3 days we were planning. With that, putting the cruise money budget I guess, towards the Disney portion, we were able to work it out and ended up being able to go towards the boardwalk, which is our first time staying deluxe. So that was very exciting.
Yes. Very exciting. Uh-oh, are you in trouble now?
Well, no, not in the way you might think. But what I did do, though, was booked Saturday to Saturday with Margita at the boardwalk, and then booked our flights for Friday to Saturday. So when they announced that Port Orleans French Quarter was reopening on October 28th, Mama and Judy were able to call and get me a one-night stay on the 29th. So day 2 of French Quarter being reopened. So
cool.
Rather than move our flights, we tacked that on because French Quarter is our favorite resort. So
okay. Yeah, we've already had someone talk about French Quarter. Yeah, know that it's reopening. So you got in there too. Perfect.
Yeah, so it was just a one-night stay. I mean, honestly, because we left super early for Animal Kingdom the next morning, it was a very short stay.
Right.
But it was great to be back on property, and the kids love French Quarter, so it's
like home, cool. Right? It's got that home feeling. I understand those.
Definitely felt like
emotional
home.
Attachments to some of these resorts we all have, and to know that they I heard the staff was pretty excited to be open too, right?
Absolutely. And it was funny because we didn't do online check-in specifically for the reason that I actually wanted to talk to a cast member at French Quarter and welcome them back and be so excited to be there. And while I was waiting to check in, they came over and they said, well, did you do online check-in? If you just do online check-in, you don't have to stand here. And I'm like, well, I wanted to talk to you.
Did they like that?
Yeah. And in an effort to be a little bit more efficient on their side, I said, well, so they started me checking in online and let me finish up with the cast member. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah. How was the conversation with them?
It was good. They're happy to be back,
for sure.
Especially, after everything else. The person who checked us in, she had actually come over from another resort because she had went back to work at a different resort before French Quarter opened. Okay. So she was happy to be back in her home.
Yeah.
And so we ended up getting checked in. We had dinner at the food court, just hung out around the hotel for that night. Yeah. And actually I was able to do a geek meet with Sam that night as well.
Samantha?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did you? She's all over the place.
Yeah, she was staying at the hotel with her mom, and so we met up for dessert beignets.
That's who I talked to.
You have to have French beignets at the French Quarter.
You just reminded me. She's the one. I did her trip report too.
Yep.
As we're speaking, it's coming out next week, I believe.
Oh, great.
Yeah, cool. Well, tell everybody, Port Orleans French Quarter always comes up as a geek and favorite. How come everyone loves that place, Stephanie?
Well, I love it because it is not too big. Having stayed at a couple of the other resorts now, like Coronado and even Pop Century, Pop Century is not huge by any means in comparison to some other ones, but French Quarter even makes Pop seem big, and I think the way the buildings are laid out and the way the streets are there, it's just so quaint. And if you've been to New Orleans, it really does make you feel like you're in the French Quarter. And they've got a nice splash pad area for the younger kids, and they have the is it like a lizard dragon type water slide there? Yeah, that's nice. And the boats to down Disney Springs are so convenient.
Were they running already?
Yeah, they were running, and then it's only got the one bus stop, which is huge too.
Yeah.
So
that did scare me. We did that, and I saw this huge crowd at early morning, but it went pretty fast. It looked intimidating, but it's got the one it gets jammed up a little bit. That was my only complaint.
Well, they've got kind of the two stations and two parks at one and two at the other, and sometimes people read the signs wrong. So I think that, but they're right next to each other. So I mean, you can kind of figure it out. But there's no queue, so it's kind of a free for all. When the bus pulls up, everybody just kind of mobs the door area. But it's not too bad.
The walk over to the riverside too, along the water, and I had a good time walking the beignet run when I was there. They used to do it on a Sunday. I know you'd be in there only one night. You're a runner, but I know.
Well, and they don't do those races when it's a race weekend. So it seems like lately I've gone down when it's a race weekend. So I haven't had a chance to go participate in any of them. So
one of these days you'll have to do that. Those are pretty unique. Definitely. I don't even know if they've brought them back, but
I haven't heard of any coming back yet, but with the capacity and everything getting booked up again, I bet they're coming back.
That was pretty popular. We had fun talking about them. And the Boardwalk, first time deluxe. Why'd you pick the Boardwalk?
Mostly because of location. We were going back and forth between Boardwalk and Beach Club, and we ended up at Boardwalk just because it's just that much closer to Hollywood Studios.
So Mom didn't talk you into Beach Club, huh?
And Beach Club may not have been, I think when we originally booked it, I don't think Beach Club was actually open yet on the non-DVC side. Okay. It did open like before we went, but I think when we booked it, it wasn't open yet.
Her and I are kind of partial to the Beach Club.
I can see that. We did go, so we tried to put our food choices around we didn't make it inside Yacht Club, but we did eat inside Beach Club twice.
Yay!
And I thought that was, that was a pretty good, just to kind of get a feel for going around the lake there. And
all right. So what impressed you about the Boardwalk?
Well, the location is, to be fair, the location's what you're paying for, right? It is.
I think so. It's a big part.
Yeah, being right outside of Epcot and being, a decent walk from Hollywood Studios. It's not too long. We actually divided up, and my sons wanted to take the Skyliner back from Hollywood Studios one day, but you have to do the changeover at Caribbean Beach.
You beat him walking.
The walk. So the Skyliner from Hollywood Studios to Epcot, and then walking back up towards the Epcot station, and then walking back towards the center of Boardwalk took 35 minutes.
Yeah.
With no line. And my husband was able to walk back, he beat us by about 10 minutes.
Oh.
So I thought it's actually, if your feet aren't sore and you're okay to walk, walking is still the fastest way. It's faster than the boats.
I thought it'd be even faster than that.
I thought so too. I honestly thought we were going to beat him.
That's interesting.
I lost that bet. But the Skyliner, is right there at the International Gateway part of Epcot, so that can get you around to different places for dining in Hollywood Studios. We also, there's also the friendship boats. We did not use friendship boats. My parents did. We didn't use them this trip. We preferred the Skyliner. And the buses to Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom really aren't bad, and the pickup and drop off spots aren't too far away for those two. So from a location standpoint, it's really great. I will say that the Boardwalk hasn't been refurbed yet. So you still have the carpet, and it's not bad by any means, but compared to like what they've done at Pop and even French Quarter with kind of the newer floors and the freshened up bathroom area, I feel like I think it's coming up on the refurb list soon. And I think it'll be even better then, but our room we had a standard garden view room. I did use the touring plans request form for that. Okay. And I did get the general view, but we didn't get as high up as I had wanted. So we were able to see the top of Harmonious from our balcony.
What do they got? Like 4 floors there? Stuff?
5, and we were on 3.
Okay.
Yeah. It was nice to have a little balcony. It was because we hadn't had the balcony before, right? Being deluxe. And like I said, the location and just being able to walk out on the boardwalk and being that close to stuff was fantastic.
I know.
You really, that's where your value is. Now we're not room people. So like we are rope drop till fireworks.
Full stink, gang.
I would say full stink, except my kids now aren't in strollers and their stamina is leaves something to be desired.
No kidding. They're old enough, man.
I know.
They should be able to outdo you.
Well, this was my 8-year-old first trip without a stroller because he was 5 last time we went.
Oh, you babied them, Stephanie. You got to tough them up.
I know. I got to run them around here.
You got to work them harder.
Yep.
Get them in training.
Our room was, I would say, almost all the way down the hall. Like the long walk, there was like one more section after us. So we went 3 sections. So I really wish they had an exit to the hotel at the Epcot end.
Yeah.
Because our hotel room was all the way down towards that end, but you had to walk all the way back to the center to go all the way out to go back out to Epcot. I think that was like, we were kind of like, but we're right here. Can we just go outside? But they loved the pool, and there's no clown pool anymore, so they weren't afraid of it because they had seen it. They had seen the clown walking because we've taken that walk to go to Ample Hills and stuff before.
Sure.
And to have it redone with the Mickey and Minnie Keister coaster was cute. They love the water slide. They absolutely love the water slide.
Yeah.
So
that's another good thing about the Deluxe. They have some amazing pools for sure.
Yeah, I know. That was Stormalong Bay was really the one thing that I was kind of like, oh, maybe we should go on Beach Club, but
I know.
There's always a future trip.
Yeah. No, I grew up at these resorts. I mean, me going to the conferences, I always talked about that. I love the boardwalk area. Huge fan. We really struggled with our DVC purchase because we wanted to buy in on my wife really wanted Beach Club, but we ended up going with the Bay Lake Tower, which has worked out just fine. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, I will say though, when I came down for October 1st, I came down for the anniversary, kind of did as a recon trip. So I came down, I met up with Travis and Sarah,
right,
and who are also geeks, and we kind of met up and hung out. I ended up staying at the Swan because I was supposed to stay at the Swan Reserve, but it didn't open. So they moved me to the Swan. And I will say, if you can score a good deal at the Swan, and I know Judy and Margita, and Mama can book you through the Swan through Disney too.
Right.
It is not a bad trade-off, especially if you're a family like us who's not in the room much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
It's a standard Marriott type room. I mean, there's no theming, so don't go in expecting any theming, right?
That's right. And the conference goers might be running you over, but I don't know. There's not a lot of conferences going on right now.
No, but staying there, like with that being right just over the river from Boardwalk, if you can score a really good deal, and that's the difference between going or not going or staying, say at, All Stars, or, I was able to get a Swan room for like probably about half of the Boardwalk if you watch it with like AAA deals and stuff. So, you never know. But I think that location, though, it cannot be beat. I would stay on that lake. It's a great spot.
That's right. Yep. I've stayed in all of those, and I would agree. I won a trip one time through my company. We stayed at the Swan. And the kids were little.
My parents were able to stay at the Swan Reserve because I had a reservation there. It's kind of like when they bumped me, I had a reservation there. So my parents were actually there on the day they opened on November 3rd, and they stayed the 3rd through the 6th there, and they really liked it.
Yeah, how is that located? I can't even. I've seen pictures, I suppose, but I'm not.
Across the street from the Swan towards the Fantasia Gardens. It's on the. So if you were, and they expect you to use like the friendship boats and stuff, so you actually have to walk across the street to like get to where so you use the Swan and Dolphin like friendship boat location for train, and then they do have like shuttles that drop off once or twice in the morning, kind of thing. They don't have full Disney buses, right?
Interesting.
The biggest, the funniest thing is that Uber and Lyft like really didn't know the difference between the Swan Reserve and the Swan yet. So the whole pickup drop off became kind of confusing.
Oh, I could see that. Yes.
Yeah. So I think as it's open longer and more established, I think that'll be less of an issue.
Swan Reserve is a tough name to keep it from being confused with the regular
and the Swan. Comes up first when you autofill in, right? So it's not that far a walk unless you have your luggage, right?
Yeah.
If you get dropped off at the wrong one, then it's a little bit of a hike, but otherwise it's not too bad. But my parents said the room was great. They had a good view of the fireworks. The one night they ended up having some power problems, so they had to move them to a new room, and then they didn't have a fireworks view at the end of the trip, but new hotel. They said the staff there though was what you would expect at a higher end Marriott hotel. Like it's part of the autograph collection, so it's one of their kind of
very good
unique experiences. But if people are looking to stay around there and there's no availability on property, that's another one that's right there, kind of in the loop.
For sure, definitely. Little hidden secret to some people that don't know. What I got kind of a new question I want to try out on you, and I'm wondering I think it's really important when you go down to have kind of a mission or a goal. I call it my must-dos if you want to answer it that way. But I mean, your kids, everyone's been waiting to go. Probably with you guys canceling so many times, did you have a feeling, or did you outright ask them kind of what was the goal for this trip?
Well, since they're a little bit older, like I said, it had been, they came down when I ran Princess in February of 2019, but just for that weekend for like three or 4 days. So that wasn't really like a full trip.
Yeah.
And the last time they went before that was June of 2018. So if you think 2018 till now, the number of attractions that have opened, and when they went last time, they were both a little too nervous to go on some of the bigger things like Slinky Dog Dash or like Rock and Roller Coaster.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
Flight of Passage. So I spent a lot of time this time when we knew for sure we were going. We told them finally that we were going because I didn't want to keep rescheduling and then not go. Right. So I
can understand.
Yeah. So the big thing, we had never done Halloween at the parks. So a must do was kind of just experiencing that. The Boo Bash tickets or whatever, those are the Halloween after hours, was so expensive. And we were only going to have the opportunity to go on Halloween. It was $200 a person. And we were just like,
was it? Wow.
I could spend that. And it's like 9 to midnight, which with an 8-year-old is it's a tough sell.
Yeah.
So we opted not to do that. And I'm kind of glad we went back to the resort and they had Halloween activities there. My kids ended up only having like 1 day of school the week we were gone for just a bunch of various reasons. So ordinarily we wouldn't pull them out of school and it all just kind of worked out. That's the other reason why we rescheduled for that week.
Oh, good.
So it was their first time getting to see Halloween and Christmas there. They've never done holidays there. So that was awesome. And then we went through and we did a lot of like YouTube watching on some of the rides. The only ride I wouldn't let them watch anything about was Rise of the Resistance. Like you have to just experience that one.
So you had a lot of, well, you said that right at the beginning. Star Wars, you knew they would like. Are they big Star Wars fans then?
They're getting there. Okay. Because they kind of came in to Star Wars. I mean, they've seen the original, but like they kind of came in during the whole like Kylo Ren Rey trilogy.
Yeah, they started in the wrong direction. I understand.
But yeah, so the must-dos was really just like first of all, we wanted to experience, I wanted to try and do a bunch of new restaurants and new food, not because I feel like we were kind of gravitating towards the same place every time.
Oh, good.
So we wanted to try some new stuff, which I think we succeeded at. Also to get them on some of the newer rides and push their limits a little bit and have them not just kind of like, well, I'm too scared to go on that. Right.
So how'd they make out? Did they?
They did pretty good. Yeah. I was impressed. I still didn't get them on Splash Mountain though. Splash Mountain was a no-go.
Well, how come?
The big drop. They cannot get over the big drop and being able to hear people screaming.
Just like Uncle Ken.
The fact that they hear the screams, they can't.
Oh my gosh. Well, that'll be fun. Right. It'll be fun when you finally get them on there. You got to talk them into it. But they did like Tower of Terror. They did.
No, they didn't do Tower of Terror. My husband took my oldest one on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Okay. He liked that? Yeah.
He was like, I don't think like his younger brother, he's like, I don't think you're going to like that. So couldn't go on that. I think he was a little nervous, but he ended up really liking it. So they love Flight of Passage. I think that one was really like, can we do it again? Can we do it again? Can we do it again?
Right.
That kind of.
So they don't get nauseous. They don't have the problems I have. All right. So that's good.
They did not like that big first drop on Slinky Dog where it kind of turns,
really? Yeah.
So that really, so I don't have high hopes for Tron with them, but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, I'm glad. Yeah. So thanks. That was a great answer to that. You got to have some good, you got to have everyone prepared and have a goal, I think. And I like the must-dos. Well, you picked a perfect topic. You've already set this up, Stephanie. We'll go through the quick service like you got in your order here. Let's talk about some of these because, well, you said French. We did the food court.
Food court at French Quarter. That one, I'll be honest, not much has changed in that food offering, which is kind of nice. I mean, the menu that you expect to have there is the menu that's there.
All right.
And it's a decent hotel quick service. It's nothing to write home about, but that's a good arrival day and their breakfast isn't bad either, but it's a good arrival day type.
Oh, yeah. They got beignets.
Don't want to run out and go anywhere.
Beignets for breakfast.
Yeah, beignets for breakfast, lunch, and dessert.
Flame Tree Barbecue.
Yep.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, that's one of our favorites. We typically grab lunch at Flame Tree Barbecue every time we're at Animal Kingdom. We have the rare Satuli canteen in there. But overall family favorite is Flame Tree Barbecue. And the mobile ordering, I guess in general, for anyone listening who is not a fan of mobile ordering, who doesn't like doing that, you just do it. Do it.
You kind of have to now, don't you?
Well, they have one line and people were waiting in it. They're like, if you walk up and order without mobile ordering, they said it was a 45-minute wait for your food.
Yeah.
And if you just pull out your phone right there and order it, you have it in, 10, 15 minutes from when you click, I'm here. So it's just night and day. And I know, especially with all the Genie Plus stuff, which we'll talk about, but with being tied to your phone all day, it can it's not ideal, but especially if you take a break in the morning, when you get there or you're waiting in line, like, hey, what do you think we want for lunch? Put your mobile order in then, and then you don't even have to think about it. But Flame Tree Barbecue is definitely when you want a mobile order well before you're hungry.
Yeah, surprised that you saw people that weren't doing it, because I think the secret's out. I remember when we first were doing it, we were like laughing because a lot of people didn't know it was even there when they were first doing it, remember?
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
What else is a highlight in your quick service?
Well, it was our first time going to Pecos Bills, and that was good. Yeah. As a family, like I have been there before, but not with all the toppings and everything, so that was still not back, but they give you a little side dish of like lettuce and tomato and all that kind of stuff, which, it's simple tacos stuff, nothing crazy, but
I like that kind of food.
We didn't make it to Columbia Harbor House this time. So we tried Pecos Bills instead, because Columbia Harbor House is our typical go-to. Yeah. But again, wanted to try some new stuff. Right. So
good job.
We grabbed pizza one night from the Boardwalk Pizza window. I personally wouldn't recommend it. It's not very good pizza. There's other pizza better on property, but for being at the resort and doing what you're trying to do, it serves a purpose.
Right.
But my husband's from Philly, and he was like, "This is not New York, New Jersey pizza."
I love it how pizza snobs are out there, especially if you're from that area.
Yeah,
I know.
We did go to Backlot Express at, again, mobile ordering everywhere we could. Backlot Express was easy mobile order right after we did some of the Star Wars stuff coming out of there. For my kids, they were not interested in the docking bay 7 menu. I typically gravitate towards docking bay 7 now.
Yeah, okay.
But Backlot Express was a nice, easy, found a table outside, no problem. And Satuli Canteen was a last minute drop-in on our departure day. We kind of called an audible because they wanted to write Flight of Passage again. And we went to Animal Kingdom after the race before we went back to the airport. So. Oh,
good. I'm glad you got it in. Well, we're going to talk about how you got this done, I think.
Yeah.
What's Scat Cat Cafe?
So that's where you get your beignets now. They've removed the beignets from the food court, and it's around the corner from the food court and just off the lobby. And that's where they sell the beignets from now.
Yeah. Oh, they got their own spot now. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so that you don't get the big line in the food court just for the beignets.
That's good.
They have a whole queue just for the beignets. But Sam and I got the boozy beignets.
All right.
Because
I heard about these.
Yeah, so she got, I believe, the Baileys, and I had the Kahlua, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe reverse. But
she was telling me. Yeah, those are good?
Yeah, they feel like a little, like, squeezy pipette tube, whatever, like an eyedropper kind of thing, but it's big. And they fill that with the booze, and then they jam it inside. So if you want, you can squeeze it and get everything, like, basically fill it. But it just gets kind of soggy. So I prefer to just kind of get a little bit at a time. But they are perfectly fine without alcohol. They're really good.
I like them.
I know. Well, they changed the recipe, or they went from the square beignets to the Mickey shaped beignets.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think they're not as good as the original ones, the Mickey ones. But
okay.
I know.
You're really specific.
But it was nice to be able to meet up with Sam finally after talking to her on Zoom calls and stuff.
You never met her before? Okay.
Not in person, no. So,
oh, wow. All right.
So, yeah.
She meets a lot of geeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. My trips down don't seem to overlap with people as much. So. But yeah, so then some of the table service, so we tried to actually do a lot of new table service.
You got a bunch here.
Yeah, 2 or 3. We pretty much had a table service every day, and we generally do that on purpose. We like to have the one sit down a day. Typically, in the past, we've been very heavy. We've always been dining plan people, and we've always been character meal people. Like my sons aren't super into princesses, but they don't mind it. But like doing the Trattoria al Forno, the Bon Voyage breakfast, where they have like Flynn Rider and some of the other stuff, they liked those kinds of things. And like Crystal Palace with the Winnie the Pooh and Friends, without having character meals really back, except for one, which we did go to. We tried to try in some newer places and just new to us, right? So the one night we went over to the first night after we left Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios and got checked in at the boardwalk, we went over to Springs and we went to the City Works Poorhouse.
Yeah.
That's out by House of Blues and the Cirque du Soleil on that side.
Right.
I've been there before, just by myself when I'm down there for work. I've gone and had dinner there. It's pretty good. And for those who are looking for sports TVs, which can be rare on property and in their restaurants, I know, football, we were there on Saturday night, so there was college football on. It's kind of like a Yard House brewery type place. They have a lot of different craft beers, but they have plenty of food for kids and, non-drinkers. It's not just a bar.
I'm writing it down. It's one of my ones I've never done that I want to do.
Yeah, it's really good. And I believe that one is also on Open Table. So if you can't find a reservation through the Disney reservation, you can always check Open Table.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure that's one of the ones on there.
I think this one's not that hard to score. It's my guess.
Not necessarily.
Right.
Friday, Saturday nights it is, and Sundays for football. But if you're going week, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, sure. Gotcha.
Yep.
My kind of place.
Yeah. And the Crystal Palace we went there on Halloween. I purposely wanted to have a sit down restaurant for lunch on Halloween because we knew how packed Magic Kingdom was going to be.
Sure.
With it being the holiday. So we went there for lunch and they have the new buffet. The buffet had just opened again.
Yeah.
Because after COVID, they reopened with like a family style. And now they're back to being a buffet.
Yeah.
And I would say the food, my husband was impressed. I was impressed. They had some really great offerings that everyone in our group seemed to really, really like.
Awesome.
And it didn't, I'll be honest, I'm probably the most
finicky
COVID freak out
paranoid
person. Like, wanting to go to a buffet was kind of skeeving me out a little bit. But it didn't feel that way when we were there, and there was precautions. You had to wear your mask, especially like while you're walking around, and
right.
So I thought I was going to be more uncomfortable than I was, so that was a good benefit of that, I think. But the food quality I thought was even better than I remember it being from a couple years ago. So
I've heard people give this place a hard time. We've always had good. I've always enjoyed it. It's one of Mom and Judy's favorites. So I'm glad to hear you say that. You're still on our team.
Absolutely. I think it's still my favorite sit down for like a lunch or a dinner in Magic Kingdom.
For Magic Kingdom. Yeah. All right. I'm glad to hear that. Another one that we've enjoyed, Cape May Cafe. This was a new one for you guys.
Yeah, we went there for breakfast. And I know it's normally a character breakfast, but with Epcot opening a little bit later than, right. So before time, Future World would still open at 9, and now everything opens at 10. So I was able to get like a 7:30 at Cape May Cafe for breakfast. And because we went there on November 1st, we got to see them building the gingerbread carousel. For it. So we actually watched them building it, and they had sample gingerbread cookies that they passed out to anyone who came by. So that was really cool to see them working and be able to see that process.
Yeah, very cool.
Because we saw it before and after our meal. So we kind of even saw like about an hour of progress was and whatnot. And then the food itself was more of like a platter, like the all you care to eat, but you could ask for more stuff. Right. The typical Mickey waffles, sausage, bacon, eggs, hash browns kind of stuff.
Yeah. Nothing that, the regular fare, nothing unique.
No, they did have a I want to say like a berry parfait. It was or oatmeal. It was kind of like I think it was yogurt, granola,
I
and
like that.
berries, a
Yeah, I
berry
like that.
compote kind of thing. So, and because they didn't have it as a buffet open, they also would do made to order omelets if you wanted. They
I
had
like
like
that.
3 or 4 kinds that they
Yeah.
would go and have made for you.
I like that.
And that was all included in the one
Sure.
price.
Yeah.
So that was nice. And they had a nice blood orange mimosa as well. That was
Even better. Even better. Late. It's like a brunch.
I'm team mimosa. So, yep.
Who isn't?
So, yeah. So we, like I said, no characters, but we enjoyed, and we just walked over, we were able to go, and then we just walked back to the International Gateway and went into Epcot. So it all kind of worked out
Sweet.
perfectly.
Well done.
Yep.
I like
Yep.
this next one. We've had one report on this that went out in my podcast today.
Yeah.
Space 220. Of course, it was the first time you were there. It just opened,
Nope.
right?
Well, it was my second time actually.
Oh, you're a stinker.
Because
We've
Travis,
kind of alluded to this that you're able to get down there
yeah.
solo
Well,
many times.
October 1st, I was able to, when the Space 220 reservations opened, I was able to snag October 1st opening day dinner. So I just booked it, and then I had a lunch booked for this trip. Yeah, I was able. So Travis, Sarah, and I went to Space on October 1st. So we went there for dinner, and then this time I went there for lunch.
Well, all right. So we got the full
different menu.
The full
Yep.
menu. They're not open for breakfast, so you did them all.
Right. Yep. And if you're doing it for the experience, I would say the lunch is more
Fine.
than enough.
Yeah.
It's just fine. So we were able to get a filet with dinner and a burger at lunch. My husband got a smoked salmon dish at lunch, and he said it was fantastic. It's kind of like, it's the equivalent of a character meal. So just be prepared. You're paying for the experience, right?
Yeah.
It's a little pricier, but you're paying for the experience of it. And the kids absolutely loved it. They absolutely loved it. They also love the kids' drinks. They have like a Moon Rocks drink, and it is like cotton candy flavored lemonade, and it's served with a pack of Pop Rocks that you can either put in your mouth when you drink it, or you can put them in the drink and watch it explode all over your table, which they enjoyed both.
They partook in both.
They did. So yeah, but we had great service. It's not fast. I will say that, right?
Yeah.
So like our dinner, the 3 of us were up there, and we ordered, it's a set fixed price 3-course dinner. We were up there for a little over 2.25 hours.
I've heard
I think
they don't rush you out.
2.5 hours. No, and then this time I think we were up there for almost 2, like an hour and 45 minutes maybe. It's not something that you want to book like, an hour before you have. You're paying to go ride Frozen or Remy or something. If you're going to do those, like pay to be there at a certain time, you don't want to put that right up against it. It's an experience, and enjoy it.
I mean, what's the experience that you're getting there?
It doesn't feel that it's that long when you're up there, actually. It feels a little bit leisurely, like especially when they get to end dinner. When we were like at the dessert, it was kind of like, okay, we can kind of wrap it up. But for being a brand new restaurant, for being expensive as it is, they do offer annual pass discount on the dinner. So I was shocked that a new and super popular restaurant would offer annual pass, but they did.
Okay. Well, I was going to get one, Stephanie.
Oh,
until
sorry.
I learned today they put them on
Too
hold.
Too soon?
What is going on with that?
Well, hopefully by the time you're back, it'll be open again.
I hope so. I hope they're probably going to zing me more.
Well, there's that. The Disney way.
So
everything's
Space 220 is a hit.
Yep. And then we went in for another one of your favorites, Sci-Fi Diner.
Hey, a lot of these are my favorites.
I know, but Sci-Fi Diner, we had never been, ever. And I've always walked right by it. I've gone to ABC Commissary. I've gone to Baseline Tap House.
So I influenced you.
Yeah.
Did I influence you on this one? This one and the next one, I think I influenced you. But let's take them in order. Sci-Fi. How did the kids like that one?
Well, they thought it was cool until it started repeating.
cool part, actually.
They're like, we've seen this one already. I'm like,
Kids,
but we were able to sit.
Disney World is wasted on kids.
We were able to sit in the cars though, so that was cool. They were in the front seat. My husband and I, were able to sit. We sat behind them.
They're actually watching the movies thinking they're gonna actually enjoy them.
Well, I think they actually thought it was like a movie, not just like the trailers for movies. Right. It's okay.
I suppose they probably. I don't know. Should they? I don't know. You couldn't do that. Then you wouldn't see the whole movie.
Then people wouldn't leave, right? So yeah. But yeah, the food was good though. Everybody enjoyed their food. I thought for the price for what you pay for the experience and everything, it was good value.
Yeah, right. That's a fun. We just had this question on a roundtable. We asked everyone, "What's your favorite Disney restaurant that also has an experience?" This is one of my favorites.
I would agree.
I grew up with the drive-in theater. That was one of my favorite things to do as a kid. Well, even as a teenager. But and the campiness of the films just cracks me up.
It does.
Like I'll recognize the actor. I was like, oh, look at that. He was in one of these movies.
I know. And the commercials, the ads. And I think we had one cool. where there was
very unique.
There's a thing in there about, what is it? The first video phone. And my son's like, that's like FaceTime. I'm like,
oh God.
Yeah, I know.
They got Star Trek for real now.
Exactly. It was a good experience, and it was a good way to wind down our day at Hollywood Studios. Nice. Just kind of puts it all together.
Yeah, I like.
If you can snag it, I know it's a hard reservation to get.
True.
But if you can snag it, I think it's worth it.
If you've never done it, definitely. And then if you're goofy like me and Mom, we do it. We like to do it all the time.
I'd absolutely go back. Absolutely, I would go there again.
I'm glad. Yep. Yeah, sometimes people say, "Well, the food." I mean, I like that kind of food, like sandwich, like a Reuben or something. I'm all about that. And the milkshakes, all you can drink milkshakes. Yeah, it's my kind of place too. And the next one. Should I do my drum roll? This is one of my favorite ones.
I might be on your bad list after this.
Oh,
Kurt.
No. What did you have? Well, tell me where you went.
We went to Peaches and Cream.
The naughty list.
I don't know. Maybe you guys have played it up so much that I expected it to be so amazing. It was just a diner. It was diner food.
Yeah, it's not me. It's everyone talking about that tomato soup and the
grilled cheese.
I crack up every time. That comes up all the time.
And so, I mean, part of it was we ended up having to sit at the counter. So we had 6 of us at the counter. We weren't at a table because this is when my parents were with us. And it was okay.
Right.
It wasn't bad. And I ended up getting a milkshake to go because the problem with sitting at the counter is that you can't really share a sundae.
Yeah. Okay.
So we couldn't get a big sundae and I'll share it because there was no space to stand around to share it.
Okay. Why would you share a sundae? I don't understand that concept.
They're a little large.
And that's the problem now?
I can't eat that much ice cream. Not one sitting.
Well, the cast member said to me, you don't have to eat it all.
Well, fair point. Fair point.
He got me on that one night.
Yeah. But we went for lunch, so we were still kind of going back. We were going back and going to the pool and had some other stuff in the afternoon booked. I think I was going over to the race expo. There was stuff. So we weren't going to stay there all day. But yeah, I think if you're at a table, it's probably fine. The counter, I think, put a little damper on the experience. I mean, if there were only 2 of us or 3 of us at a counter, it probably would have been fine.
What did you get to eat there?
I actually got the loaded tots, I think.
Okay.
The chili cheese tater tots.
That's actually something new they've been doing since.
It was good. Like I said, it was good. I think just everybody as a group, it was the one place everybody was kind of like, yeah, it was okay. I don't know if I'd go back.
All right.
That was kind of the feeling.
Ice cream is the hit there.
The ice cream is, and I am walking up to the ice cream window and just getting ice cream there probably would have been just fantastic. So,
good location for you. I really like the au jus steak sandwich.
Oh yeah, the beef steak sandwich. Yeah.
It's it's not. No, it's not gourmet food. It's a diner.
No,
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
it's a diner. It is absolutely a diner.
It's more No Way Jose is what I talk about all the time. That's my favorite ice cream on property.
Yes. Yeah,
And it's my
a good
audience
one.
that talks about the tomato soup, which always cracks me up. I'm like, really? You'll hear me say it all the time. Really? A grilled cheese and tomato soup? All right.
I almost ordered it just to try it, but then I went with the top instead.
Now, this one's a good one that we've been hearing about. Steakhouse 71, brand new over at the...
Replace the Wave.
Yeah, replace the Wave at the Contemporary.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this one, I Travis and I were able to go to this one for lunch on October 2nd. So on the second day it was open.
Okay.
And this is another one where they have very different menus for lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
I thought the lunch was fantastic. The dinner was good, but I will say the dinner is slow. Oh. They don't rush you. We had a 5:45 reservation, which I think we checked in about 10 minutes early, and we were seated probably about 5 minutes early, and we missed the fireworks at 8:00 at Magic Kingdom.
Oh,
it was over 2 hours. And so I actually sent my husband with the kids ahead to go walk over to Magic Kingdom to try and get in to go just see Enchantment from the back.
Right.
I had not expected that it would take that long. Lunch did not take nearly that long.
Okay.
So I think if you're going to go for dinner, it's good, but just be aware when you book it, it's going to be it's not an in and out.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
And we did order an appetizer that we shared, and then entrees.
Steaks.
Yeah. We both got fillets. The kids ordered off the kids menu. My one son got mac and cheese, and the other one, I think, got chicken. Mm-hmm. I think. And I will say that now it is not billed as a signature dining experience, right? This is not Victoria and Albert's. Right. It's probably the best price fillet on property. I mean, they could have charged a lot more for that. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
But there was a solo gentleman sitting at the table next to us, and he was very much displeased that there were children in the restaurant. And it was the first time ever at Disney that I've been made to feel like my children are a problem.
Wow.
So and it wasn't the servers.
Yeah.
It wasn't the servers. It was the looks and the commentary from the person next to us. And so I'll leave it at that. But I would just say, if you're going to take kids there, just be aware. It is have a book, tablet, something to color on, something. It's just, it's hard for them to sit still that long.
Yeah.
So,
right.
my kids are a little older. They're still sitting there, but they wanted phones and stuff for being there that long.
Right.
But the food was fantastic. I would highly recommend it. Their onion ring appetizer is fantastic.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Like that too. Nice.
And they had some really good bread that came out. We got as well. That was, I think, another appetizer we got with that.
I'm sure I'd like that place. Yep.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I know, like I said, if I picked between lunch or dinner, I would say I liked the filet option because they don't have all the steaks available at lunch. But I know Travis got the burger there, and he said it was one of the best burgers he's had on property. So I think, both are good for different reasons, and being as close as it is to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer if you can get a reservation there.
Yeah. A lot of people probably don't even know it's there.
Yeah.
Topolino's Terrace. Where is that one?
That's at the Riviera.
Yeah. I'm getting that. I know it is. I got to get them straight because Glenn and Andy said we're going to do Toledo. I know.
Yeah.
You can get them confused because they're both in a tower. A new tower. Topolino and Toledo.
Yep. So Topolino Terrace is the one character meal right now that I don't think it's the only one, but it's one of the ones that's come back. And they don't pose with you. They kind of walk around and they'll stand. It's Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Daisy, and you get them in their artist. Impressionist outfits, right? So there's, I think, yes, there's a photographer and a writer and a dancer.
All right. Was this breakfast or dinner or what was?
Breakfast. The characters were only there at breakfast.
Yeah.
And again, we did that on a Hollywood Studios morning. So we went right when they opened at 7:30, and the Skyliner is not running that early. So if you want to go that early, we took a lift over there, and then we were able to take the Skyliner over to studios after breakfast.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's not running that earlier with the current opening times of the parks.
Right.
There is no Skyliner there. Yeah. So there's no transportation unless you hire a lift.
Good tip. How early were you in there?
7:30. That's when they open.
Wow. That's early. You're right. You do get them up and running.
Yeah. But the breakfast was fabulous.
Yeah.
It's one where you actually order off the menu. It's not a platter. You order an entree.
Okay.
And we all got different things, and everyone, they were pretty much clearing plates all the way around. It was really good.
We've had nothing but great reviews from Topolino dinners too, and a little pricey, I've heard though, right?
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about breakfast, but yeah.
Yeah, that was the other reason why we went there for breakfast. I think menu-wise, it was the most friendly for the kids and with the characters, and
sure,
that
makes
sense.
Just
all worked out.
That makes sense.
But, yep.
You're doing good here. I only got a couple more left. Tutto Italia restaurant. That's the one at the pavilion in Epcot, right? In Italy? Correct.
In the Italy pavilion. Yep. We went there on Friday night before my race on Saturday.
Oh, you're carving up. I was carving up. I was wondering why you picked this one.
Yep. Yeah.
And it kind of fit in with all the others for the best I could tell, because you've been there before, it looks like, too.
We had, my husband and I had been there. The kids had not been there. We had been there. It was really a toss up between that and Trattoria al Forno, because that's obviously right in the boardwalk.
Yeah. I do like that one too.
Yeah, that was an Epcot day for us. And the menu for Trattoria has changed since they reopened. Okay. And I've heard it's fantastic. It's just, it didn't have as much for the kids that like my kids wanted.
Okay. All right.
So it wasn't anything like bad or anything about that. It was just kind of weighing out where we were at. And with the rain and everything we had that day, we popped in there and it all worked out. So.
All right. You had pasta.
Yep.
I got that right. All right. Are they fans of T-Rex? We've always gotten great reviews.
My kids like the T-Rex. They like T-Rex better than Rainforest Cafe. They like dinosaurs.
All right.
They actually went there with my parents. So the next restaurant, my parents on the Thursday night gave my husband and I a night out with dinner, just us, and they had watched the kids.
All right.
So they took the kids to T-Rex because I had a reservation for 4 there.
Yeah, nice.
Before they were coming down. Yep. So they went to T-Rex, no complaints. It
is a good one. I would have thought it was a tourist trap. That's when I first heard about it. And I think it was Brian Wall was the first one that said, no, it's like, you wouldn't believe. And they got a huge menu. So,
yeah. I was going to say, they have pretty much anything.
They have a really good menu.
You can pretty much find whatever you want. You can find something like that there.
It's so cool inside. Yeah.
Yep.
Lots of things happening. It's a very interesting experience. It might be a tourist trap, but it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Haleo, so how come you picked that one? That's a signature, right? And
it's a tapas place.
Okay.
So well, I should say it's tapas. Yeah, it's tapas. It's all sharing plates. We had wanted to check that place out. When I come down for work, I've wanted to go there, but obviously with it being tapas, it's in a solo person. It's really hard. I mean, you can't really share a lot, right? You're kind of committing. You're committing to eat it all.
Unless you make a friend.
Exactly. So we ended up walking there, and we didn't have reservations, but we popped in and we ate at the bar. They had 2 seats open at the bar, so we were able to pop in there. Because with an adult night, we weren't sure if do we want to go back to the parks and go try and ride. So we didn't really book anything. We weren't really sure where we wanted to go. So, like I said, we walked in. Everything we had was really good. Mm. That was another place. The service, because I think we were at the bar and the bar kept getting slammed with orders. It took us probably 25 minutes to cash out. So at the end, it's kind of like, okay, can we just pay? But while we were eating and the pace that all the meals come out and everything was perfect. It all worked out really well. And like I said, we really liked everything we had. So
I've heard good reports there. Some people say that's one of their favorites.
Yeah.
That's in the lodge, right? Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, I would not have taken my kids there.
Yeah,
just
right.
pointing that out for folks who have kids. I mean, unless your kids are maybe a little bit older or more adventurous. My kids are pretty adventurous, but that type of menu is not for them.
Yeah. Tell me what's on the tapas. What's some examples?
So I think, they have a bunch of cheese. So you can do like a cheese and like charcuterie type board, which of course we did because that's what geeks do.
It's a law.
Exactly. There was a really the gazpacho was fantastic.
What is that?
It's a chilled soup that's made from like tomatoes and cucumber, onion, and kind of pureed together.
Yeah. All right.
And we also got the patatas bravas, which is cut up potatoes that are cooked, and then they have this like kind of a spicy and a sauce and a crema sauce like drizzled over them. And we know we like those because there's a couple of restaurants local to us here in Michigan that we can get those at.
All right.
And then I think we got some sort of a carne asada, like some steak, cut up bits of steak. So we kind of tried to hit a little bit from each category. We also got like a salad with goat cheese.
All right.
But
fun variety.
They have paella. That's a big thing there. We did not get any of the paella, but a lot of people ordered the paella because every time you order it, they bring out a big gong and make this big noise, and it kept going off all night. So it must be good. But we didn't order any. I know
that stuff that's from Seinfeld, which is playing on Comedy Central now
there you go.
For Jerry to make more money. But yeah, good descriptions. Stephanie, well done. The geeking crowd is very pleased with all that. Thank you for bringing that on to us.
Yep.
Well, you did do Oga's. Did the kids get a kick out of Oga's?
They got a kick out of Oga's. We went twice. Oh. They've now officially, so I'm making friends with bartenders at Oga's, but they also made friends with one of the bartenders at Oga's. Our server, he is actually leaving Oga's and taking another assignment.
Okay.
He's being deployed on the Halcyon. So
wow.
He won't be able to, we won't see him at Oga's anymore, but maybe someday if we ever get to board the Halcyon and stay there. My older son now definitely wants to go. I'm like, oh, okay. We'll see how that works out.
I know an agent that can help you with that.
I know. Anyone who can help me pay for it, that would be fantastic.
We could do a Geek and Fund Me.
There we go. But yeah, we went twice. They've got the carbon freeze and I think it's something hyperdrive punch that changes color as it comes out. And they thought it was super fun. But yeah, we took my parents back. That's why we went twice. So it's an experience. And if you're into Star Wars at all, even if you're not into Star Wars, you should go. It's just an experience and it's fun. You got
to tell them to watch the original movie now with the bar scene.
Yeah.
They're doing it in the wrong order, but whatever.
Yeah. And then we took them to Trader Sam's for the first time too.
Nice.
So, yep.
Good fun there too. Yeah. You got in.
Yeah. We left Magic Kingdom it was the day we had our Steakhouse 71 reservation. So we left Magic Kingdom right after lunch. Well, a late lunch. And then we took the boat over to the Poly, and while I waited and we put our name in at 2:00, and we were in the first group that was seated when they opened at 3:00. We got there about 1:45, and we went and sat outside and had some Dole Whips.
Nice.
And then they called us in. One of my coworkers who lives in Florida also came to meet us. So we went and kind of had a meetup, and we were able to.
What time were you in there then? Is that open
right at 3 when they opened. Yeah, we got seated pretty much right away, like 3:05, something like that.
That's the way to do it, right?
Yep. And then we stayed there for a little, and then we went over to we took the monorail over to Steakhouse 71 we got there at like 5:30. So we were there for about 2 hours.
You think the line backs up over at Trader Sam's? Does it get long, crowded?
When we came to check in at 3, there was a line pretty well down the hallway.
Okay.
I think there definitely was a wait. A lot of people are opting to sit outside. Yeah, it's low capacity. I mean, they're full capacity inside, but it's just not a big place.
That's right. Yep. So that's just like when they opened.
Mm-hmm. But they do have non-alcohol. They have a few non-alcoholic cocktails, and I think kids are allowed in there until I think 6 or 7. So we got them some non-alcoholic, and they got to see everyone kind of performing and the experience that is Trader Sam's.
Nice. Well, you know what? I'm gonna move out of the food category. I know it's sad, but we did it for an hour, guys.
I think we got through it all.
I think we've been on it for an hour, so we're that's typical. But something that all the listeners are asking, that especially who join the private Facebook group, is they want to know about Genie Plus. Stephanie, I don't think we've really talked to. We only had a couple of conversations. Not too many people who have experienced it and as experienced as you are. So let's get into it. Genie Plus, what'd you do?
Well, I can tell you how we used it, and then at the end I can give you pros and cons for how I would say you should or should not use it going forward.
Perfect. It's a learning experience.
And it really was. So I guess to put it in perspective for those many of your listeners who don't actually know me, I am kind of a ultimate geeky planner, lots of spreadsheets. I like to plan everything out. I use touring plans, and I map out kind of our progression around the park. And I would always time my fast passes, to be like the 9 o'clock hour, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then, book onward. Right.
Yep. You need an intervention. I understand. But.
So obviously the whole no foot fast pass thing threw me for a loop of how do I manage this, right?
There's smoke coming out between the ears. Yeah, I get it.
And then I thought I kind of had that under my belt. And then it was, oh, by the way, a week before you come down, we're going to start this Genie Plus thing. So,
oh my gosh.
I knew that we were going to be testing it out, so to speak, right? It was what it was.
You chilled out enough, right? Are you trying to work the parks like touring plans? You're trying to max out your time.
Absolutely.
All right.
So day one was our first day. Keep in mind, we checked out of French Quarter. We left the hotel like at 6:45 for the first bus to Animal Kingdom.
I understand.
So the goal for the day was I woke up, we bought Genie Plus, and we bought a Rise of the Resistance time to come back in the afternoon. So I had park hopper tickets. Okay. So when you go on at 7 a.m. and you pay for the individual Lightning Lane attraction, you can pick exactly what hour you want to come back. So we picked, I want to say 3:30 to 4:30 or 3:45 to 4:40, somewhere in that range in the afternoon.
That makes sense.
And Animal Kingdom is one park that you don't really need it at so much. So we basically, at 7 a.m., I started booking my Genie Plus reservations for Hollywood Studios. And again, because I was hopping, it wouldn't give me a time before 2 o'clock. So the very first one I booked was Slinky Dog Dash, because those go away very quickly in the day. Mm-hmm. We rope dropped Flight of Passage. We then walked over and rope dropped Safari. Mm-hmm.
That's not easy to do, though, that rope drop of Flight of Passage. How long of a wait?
No,
were you like
so we had the early entry.
You're way ahead.
Yeah. We had first bus up at the front of the pack, and, and actually that was, and use the early entry, right, for being an on-site guest.
So audience, your travels may vary. She's
correct,
like way up ahead of everybody.
So that is the key to rope dropping Flight of Passage, really. If you're not going to do that, then, I'd go later.
Rise of the Resistance, I'm sure, is the same way, too. Even more so.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got the big hitters, and then my kids wanted to do Navi River Journey, and they decided to try Dinosaur for the first time. So they loved Flight of Passage.
Yeah.
And they loved Dinosaur.
Oh, good.
So that was good. And then we basically, so when you go in and book your first Genie Plus, it tells you can only have one at a time. You book it at 7. Then if you try and book another one, it'll tell you this guest cannot book another reservation until whatever time, 11 a.m., right. 9:57. I mean, it'll tell you down to the minute, the exact time. So what I would do is I would try that. I'd set a timer on my phone for 5 minutes before that. So I was kind of like ready to go. And then I would book another one. So I was able to book 7 a.m. and then 2 hours after the park opens, you can book another one. So that was at 11 a.m. And then another 2 hours after that, I was able to book again. Mm-hmm. At 3 o'clock, I was able to book again. So we hopped over at 2:30. So basically, like I said, we did the attractions in the morning just using the standard standby queues because we rope drop Flight of Passage. None of the lines were too long. Navi River Journey was like 35 minutes.
So you didn't use the Genie Plus at Animal Kingdom at all?
Correct.
Gotcha.
We then had lunch at Flame Tree Barbecue, like at 12:30. We went and saw It's Tough to Be a Bug, kind of kicked around, left the park at like 1:30.
This is very technical, but I'm keeping up with you. Keep going.
Yep. We hopped over, so we were walking into studios just after 2:00.
Yep.
Now, keep in mind, I've got I've got 4 Lightning Lane passes now. I've overlapped them all together because you can. And our goal was to walk into studios at 2, leave by 5:30 to go check into Boardwalk and then go to Disney Springs for dinner. So I purposely only had 3 hours.
Okay.
I could have stayed later and done more.
Yep.
In that time, we walked in, we did Lightning McQueen, which allowed me to wait until 3 to book another Lightning Lane. Then starting at 3:00, we did Slinky Dog Dash, Toy Story Midway Mania, Alien Swirling Saucers, Smuggler's Run, Rise of the Resistance, and Star Tours in 2 hours.
All on the Genie Plus. Well, plus you paid for...
Correct.
You paid the extra for...
$15. I paid for Rise.
Yeah.
Correct. So we paid 15 times 4 for Rise, and we paid 15 times 4 for Genie Plus, but we were able to do all of those in 2 hours because we were able to stack them.
Well done.
So
first timer.
Yeah, I wanted to see if that worked. I had heard that you could do that, and because a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, my first one I book is at 4:00. I can't use it until then."
When you say stack them, explain what you mean. You weren't able to book them all because you can't book till one's done, right?
No, you can. That's what I'm saying. So at 7 a.m., I booked Slinky Dog. At 11 a.m., I booked Smuggler's Run. But the return time for them were overlapping each other because it's not like fast passes.
Oh, they say so every 2 hours. Yeah, I got you. You booked them when it said you could book them,
right?
Even though they were only like an hour apart, or not even. They were like 30 minutes apart. Not even
an hour apart. They're overlapping. So, but because Slinky Dog and Toy Story Mania are right next door, I didn't care that they were overlapping.
Yeah, right. Oh, wow. Okay, great job.
Yeah. So, and then I could book my 4th one, I think at 3:00. So we purposely waited 3:00, booked our next one, then badged in, did our Magic Band in at 3:05 for Slinky Dog. And I could book another one because I used Slinky Dog.
Okay. Right.
So
you booked like Star Tours or something.
Correct. Wow. So it's 2 hours or right after you use one.
Nice.
So it helps to play around with it a little bit. And I tried that. And honestly, we could have booked more like Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster into the night, but we were leaving. So
you were gaming the system exactly the way it was designed, actually.
Yeah. So it really did work out. Now I will say, if you're not careful, it allows you to, I could have booked if the return times for those all aligned on top of each other.
Yeah.
I could have booked all 5 on top of each other, which would have been a nightmare and not possible to do.
Yeah.
And if you miss it, you miss it and you can't get another one. So there's no warning that pops up to tell you you're about to overbook yourself.
If you're an inexperienced Disney goer, you might muck it up.
So I took screenshots of the other thing is I did have one that disappeared that said it booked, but it never showed up, but it was for Star Tours, which had a 5-minute wait. So it was no big deal. But after I booked them, I screenshotted them so I could go back and look because they didn't show up in my app right away.
Was that the only day you used the Genie Plus and the Lightning Lane stuff?
No, we used it when we came back to Hollywood Studios and we used it at Magic Kingdom. But I will say that was our most efficient day using it. Epcot and Animal Kingdom don't really need it on their own.
That's what I guess that on my own.
Yep.
I guess
so. Right. Yep. If you have hopper tickets and you want to start in Epcot or start in Animal Kingdom and then hop later to Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios, the hop and stack them is a really good approach, I think. Okay.
Well, tell me about Magic Kingdom. What'd you do there?
It's tough at Magic Kingdom.
In what way?
Because I'm used to like touring plans, right? Optimized for least amount of walking. When I would do my fast passes, right? You rope drop 7 Dwarfs, you go to Peter Pan, you go to Haunted Mansion, you go to Big Thunder or Big Thunder, Jungle Cruise, right? You work your way around.
Yeah.
Here, it's like, okay, well, the next return time is for Buzz Lightyear. And then the next closest return time is Big Thunder. And then the next closest one is the Speedway.
You're
so you're
zigzagging
like,
all over the place.
if you don't want to wait 2 hours to book another one and wait in standby lines for 2 hours, you're basically zigzagging all over the park.
50,000 steps later, you've rode all of the rides.
I think I hit 13 miles on one day that we were at
Is that
Magic
what
Kingdom.
you did? Did you like?
I had it on my Garmin. Yeah, it was.
So you followed what they told you, like to get the
no.
cookies?
Oh no. So okay. So the Genie recommendation.
Yeah.
That tells you where to go, tells you to go to like Swiss Family Treehouse at Rope Drop.
Yeah.
Don't follow the Genie. The Genie Plus, though, will give you the next comeback time, and you're kind of at the mercy of what the next comeback time is. So if you really want to...
You have to use the one that it's telling you, or can you like...
You don't get to pick a time. So for the Genie Plus ones, like the equivalent of the old Fast Pass equivalent, right? The one that are included in that $15 per day charge. If you, like, let's say I use at 7 a.m. I book Peter Pan, right? And it says my return time is from 9 to 10. Okay. So as soon as I badge in at, as we call it, kissing Mickey's, when we do our magic band
Mickey to Mickey.
at Peter Pan, pull up your phone, just like before when you would go for like a 4th or 5th Fast Pass, you pull up your phone.
Like the Kessler Run.
Yep, exactly. However, what you'll see there is, say, like, so by the time you've ridden that at, say, 9:10, Jungle Cruise may not have a return time until 3:30.
Yes.
And if you don't, you can book that, but then you can't book another one for 2 hours.
Right.
So from 9 to 11, you're basically all in standby lines. So if you want to book, oh, well, I'm at Peter Pan, but Buzz Lightyear has a return time in 5 minutes for the next hour, you can book it over there and use that, and then book another one again. So if you're willing to do the walking, well, one day we did a lot of walking. Just
you tried to beat the amount of rides you could get on the day.
Well, we kind of paced it out in the afternoon, but in the morning we tried to hit the big hitters and we got most of the return times we wanted. The second day the second Magic Kingdom day, we did not have as much luck. So I will say we probably only got on 3 or 4 rides using Lightning Lane that day, or using the Lightning Lane.
Yeah.
You average that out, it's a couple bucks a ride. It's not a super good value, but I would say if you only have one day to spend in Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios on your trip, it's turning into you got to pay to play. Yeah. I hate to say that, but that's really the truth. One of the other benefits we had of staying deluxe was one of the nights we were there, the Wednesday night, we had the extra 2 hours for being at deluxe.
Okay.
So we had a 9 to 11 with just folks, and they treated that very similar to the after hours events. You don't get a wristband or anything. They just use you have to badge in your Magic Band at every ride, and it validates your hotel reservation through your Magic Band. So
what was that event?
It's just the included. It's basically evening magic hours, but it's only for deluxe hotels.
Oh, I didn't
get
know.
it. Monday night, most Monday nights at Epcot, and then most Wednesday nights at Magic Kingdom.
That's cool.
They don't do it at the other park. Yeah. So that was a way for us to kind of get some extra rides in. I will say, like the 2 hours we were there that night from 9 to 11, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train never got below 50 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
So it didn't clear out and get like to the 20 minutes that I'm used to seeing at a regular after hours event.
Yeah. Amazing. That's amazing.
But it is what it is. So, I think, like I said, though, the pay to play thing it's a real thing, especially if you're not a rope dropper. I think if you are a rope dropper and you have a good plan, you can still get a lot done in that first hour and a half, 2 hours. If you're staying on site and you're rope dropping.
Yep, that doesn't surprise me. We figured that out. Yeah. That makes sense.
But if you're off site and you want to sleep in, or you want to do a breakfast somewhere or something, you almost have to pay to play, or you're going to wait in lines. The crowds right now are getting worse and worse, as we can see, by limiting capacity on annual passes and all this other stuff. Yeah. The lines are just long, and it really depends on how much time you have to be there, right?
Awesome. Well done. I love it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Well done on that description of the Genie Plus. Let's finish up with a couple of these special events. I mean, you had some great ones here. Droid Depot.
We did. My older son wanted to build a droid. So we went and we built a droid. Just him and I, my husband and my other son went and did something else. And it was fun. It was, it's like half an hour. It's not a crazy long time.
Right.
But having him make the choices and get to come out, he thought that was just the coolest thing. He loves his droid.
And some people say this other one's one of the best things on property to do, lightsaber.
Well, that's not at Savi's. We do the cheaper one at Tatooine.
Oh, what's that one?
So that's the retractable plastic one. That's not $200. It's like $45. Plus you can get an annual pass discount on it.
Is that over by Star Tours?
That's in the exit gift shop of Star Tours. Exactly.
I gotcha.
So the reason I highlight that is because a lot of people thought that went away. It did go away for a little bit at COVID. And with Savi's, a lot of people thought it was going to go away. It's still there. All right. And it's still a good deal, especially for younger kids who are going to beat the heck out of it really want it to be a toy.
I get it. I understand. My kids loved that when they were kids. We got them for Christmas and stuff. Yeah.
And I will tell you, if a piece breaks, bring the whole thing back with you if you go back to Disney, and they will replace the broken part.
No doubt.
You can't, not a receipt, not just the broken part. You have to bring the whole thing with you. But if you bring the whole thing with you at Tatooine Traders, they'll replace the part.
Because it's kind of, it's like the parts dealer for Star Wars.
But my younger guy, he built a double-ended one. So he was thrilled and excited. And, for 8 years old, that was a perfect takeaway.
Great tip there, actually. Yep. Stephanie, I agree. Yeah, they're not going to know the difference. It's almost like an adult experience for the other one, right? We get more adults that are like totally into it.
Absolutely. I mean, maybe someday when they're older and they can kind of appreciate things and not lose stuff and not break it. But for right now.
I hear you. Trick-or-treating at the hotels. I didn't realize they did this. And I know it's probably a different experience depending what resort you're at. I know we were there for the first G3. I saw the Donald Duck in a vampire costume. I saw the kids having some trick-or-treating around the resort, I was surprised. I didn't realize they did that.
So Boardwalk, I guess typically from what I joined one of the Facebook groups that focuses on the Boardwalk, that like Crescent Lake hotel area.
Sure. Cool.
I guess the Boardwalk really had bigger parties on the grassy area at the Boardwalk. And they weren't really committing to anything. So we weren't sure if they were going to do anything, especially after COVID and everything else. So what they did is they set up tables along the Boardwalk, and there were probably 3 to 4 per resort at the Yacht Club, Beach Club, and at the Boardwalk. And you could walk the whole loop.
Oh, that's cool.
And if we brought trick-or-treat bags because we thought there might be trick-or-treating. So we brought little, the $1 bags from Target.
Yeah.
But they did have some bags that they passed out there, and they basically passed out candy. And then they had some non-food items for those with allergies and stuff, like bouncy balls and vampire teeth and that kind of stuff.
Did you guys get dressed up?
The kids did. Yep.
Oh,
we
good.
had matching Halloween shirts at Magic Kingdom. We didn't really want to deal with costumes at the park. And we went back to the room and the kids changed into their costumes, and we just kind of walked around with our Halloween shirts on.
What were they dressed up as?
Mandalorian and Luke Skywalker.
Nice. Well done.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah. At the Boardwalk, they had a campfire at the community house, which is kind of like on the river by the Hollywood Studios side. But the Beach Club has a bonfire spot that's right on the water, like right off the main walking path, just past the pirate ship water side.
Beach.
Yep. And they had a campfire there with s'more kits. So as we were trick-or-treating, we went in there and we got to make s'mores, and they gave you either your choice of Hershey's chocolate or Reese's chocolates to make your s'mores with.
Wow. You weren't even staying there.
Nope. It was open to all the people walking around.
That's so cool.
Yeah. The only requirement was you had to have shoes on. So a couple people came in from the pool, they had to go get shoes, but it was cute. It was nice.
That's awesome.
And it was free.
Yeah.
It was free.
Yeah, right. That's a bonus.
Yeah. Don't have much free stuff.
You don't hear that word often at Disney World, right?
Exactly.
Well, I think I'm going to finish with this. I actually have something else, but tell me about your Run Disney event.
The Run Disney.
Wine and Dine? What is this?
Yep. Yeah. So Wine and Dine is the fall race, and it happened to be the weekend we were there when they announced they were coming back to in-person running. And since we were already booked there, I signed up for the 10K, which was the Saturday was the day we were leaving.
Oh, okay.
So I also signed up to run Princess, so I'll be going back in February with some girlfriends, and I'm running the races there. So I kind of wanted an ease back into in-person running, and was kind of curious as to how Run Disney was going to change or be different.
Have you done it before?
I had previous to the shutdown, yeah. I actually ran Princess a week and a half before the park shut down completely.
Gotcha.
So
all right.
It was kind of, I'll be honest, it was kind of business as usual. There weren't many protocols. It was basically back to Run Disney as Run Disney.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Did they get as many people as they normally would?
I've never done Wine and Dine, so I'm not sure. But it was, the start line was just as crowded as it is ever been for any event I've been at for Princess.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
we'll see that.
I think they're kind of the same. I would gather.
The expo and the transportation, you had to wear masks inside the buildings per the Disney rules right now.
Yeah, right.
But there were outside no real rules or restrictions put in place. But the expo was still, they were encouraging everybody to do an online waiver rather than signing waivers in person. For those who've done Run Disney before, that's a thing.
Yeah.
But they still had the 3 buildings set up for your bib check-in, your gear, the Run Disney merchandise building.
Where'd they do that?
It's over at the ESPN Wide World of Sports.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So they have buses at the resorts that are special that take you to and from the expo, and then on race mornings they take you to and from the resorts to the start line.
4 a.m. You gotta head on over.
Yeah, so they start. That's one thing they did change. So instead of starting the race at 5:30, it now starts at 5. So. Yeah, so they recommend you're there now by 3:30 instead of recommending you're there by 4.
Gosh, that's the crazy thing about these runs. Why you go to bed?
It was. I will say the weather. The weather for any of these races can be really much. You never really know what you're going to get. But it was in the God, it felt like the 40s. It was freezing, and it was raining. It was so much rain.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a pretty
rough,
miserable. Let's just say a lot of us ran with masks on for the first mile or so because it was so cold. You could run with your mask on or a buff over your face. Exactly. A lot of people running in ponchos for the first mile or so. It was pretty chilly, but It was great to be at an in-person race. It absolutely was fantastic to be at an in-person race.
I know they're so popular. I'm sure everyone was thrilled.
Yeah. And it's just one more thing that's come back, right? So
right.
It's just, one more path. So like I said, I kind of did it as recon to get back into what I'm going to be doing for Princess in February. They changed the courses a little bit. The courses were not the same as they were for previous Wine and Dines. Nothing crazy different, but just slightly different. Our 10K started out in the Magic Kingdom parking lot. So instead of running through World Showcase and around the boardwalk around the lake, they cut out the World Showcase bit and just had us run on the freeway back from Magic Kingdom to Epcot. And then we ran around the lake. But we did get to run through studios. So we came through backstage studios right by Tower of Terror.
Okay.
And then ran out through the Fantasmic.
Yep.
That back part of Fantasmic up at the top where the concessions are. Yeah. And then we ran out through the entrance there, which was cool. And then we ran around down to the hotels around the lake by Beach Club and Yacht Club. And then through Epcot, we kind of came in right by the sky. We turned where the Skyliner is and came in through backstage to kind of cut by Spaceship Earth, right by, you kind of come out near where the refreshment port is and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then you ran by Spaceship Earth out and finished in the Epcot parking lot. So Not a lot of spectators because the weather was junk, but that's okay.
That's the one I attended. That one was during last G3.
Yeah, so. It's tough to have spectators get up that early as well, but it was really.
I did
great.
It for my geeks.
Yep.
I wanted to experience it though. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool thing.
So,
Everyone that does them absolutely loves them. So that's exciting to have it back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, Stephanie, did we miss anything?
I don't think so. I will say one bit of fun thing I did is on Etsy. My older son has told me he wants to design rides for Disney, and so I got him a future cast member pin off of Etsy.
Oh yeah.
And some of the cast members had such fun with that. They really got it. Where do you want to work? What do you want to do?
Ah, he's got his name like on the little cast member pin. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it just said future cast member. That's all it said. So they thought that was cool. And then my younger one, it was his birthday, and I will be every single restaurant. Oh, are you celebrating anything? I said, yeah, birthday. Not one candle, no hippie, like.
Oh, really? No cupcake?
No birthday. No pixie dust birthday celebration.
That's weird.
It was. And I think maybe that's just a COVID thing, coming back and everything.
Yeah.
But he kind of was like, whatever. But I was surprised that was a big difference from previous visits.
I got a donut on my birthday.
Yeah. So exactly. So that was kind of,
yeah, I get that.
A difference, right?
That's weird.
But we had a great time. I think just watching them go through different phases, like when we went the first time when they were like 5 and 2.5, and seeing how magical everything was, just seeing princesses, seeing floats, seeing the parades, and now they're starting to move more into the ride and stuff, and just seeing that every trip we go, it's a different experience, right?
That's so true. Right. Yeah. We've always said that. And especially when you got kids and they're growing up.
I know, too fast. Too fast.
Well, Stephanie, you're a good friend of ours. I know you're going to stay in touch. Thanks for booking with Mom and Judy and being our friends. We truly enjoy talking to you all the time and seeing you down there.
Yeah.
I wonder, are you going to do a buzz by at G3 or maybe?
Never know. I might drop in.
Because I know you said you're going to be the princess. Yeah.
So I'm definitely not booking anything, but you just never know. I may end up down there.
I understand. Well, great talking to you once again. Thanks for doing your trip report. And we'll be talking to you again, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Thanks, geeks.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
So fun to talk to Stephanie. She's become a good friend of ours, and I love seeing her down there in the parks whenever I get a chance. And another good friend of ours, Cousin Heather, as Mom and I call her. She recently went down to Disney World, and I'm going to be doing her trip report as we speak. This is the day after Christmas as I'm recording this. Tomorrow, I believe on Monday morning, I've got the whole week off. I'm going to be talking to Cousin Heather about her December trip. That recording from the intro was from a year ago. Oh, and she sent Mom a beautiful video of her singing and her husband playing the piano, and she's just got a fantastic. Maybe I'll get her to sing tomorrow during the podcast. I think I've had her do that before. She's a very artistic lady. She has her own studio where she trains, I know, young kids. They do shows, and Cousin Heather is fantastic. Can't wait to talk to her tomorrow. But she did the intro. I'd love for you guys to send us an intro. Just email them to me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. Hey, I just want to thank you guys for everything. It's getting towards the end of the year. As this is coming out, it's getting close to that New Year's Eve for next year. But thanks, everyone, for supporting the podcast, pledging a monthly donation to patreon.com. It's just so fantastic. Thank you guys for supporting us there. I had some new ones come in the last couple of weeks. Really appreciate that. I had something fun I did. I bought a giveaway that I am going to hand out while I'm down at the Grand Geeking Gathering, which is coming up first week of February, coming up fast now once we get past the holidays. And let me announce exactly. I'll tell you right now. I posted it in we have a private group just for the G3 people who are planning on going to G3. But let me tell you right here on the podcast what the giveaway is. Yeah, if you get a picture with me and you see me, ask me for the Geekin' on WDW charcuterie board. Yes, I remember when the annual pass holders, I have this little wooden charcuterie board that Disney World handed out for annual pass holders, and we were so excited. People wait in line to get those. Well, I have one with our logo on now, so it's not wood, but it's gonna be fun. I think it'll be really fun if we're all using them as we go into our birthday dessert party for our friend Kevin Curtis Allen and Tony Ann Zarcone. We can all bring our charcuterie boards. Yeah, so I think it's a fun little giveaway. I was excited. I searched high and low of what I was going to do, and it's kind of easy for me to, I think, carry around and hand out instead of glass. But I do have some of those wine glasses. We'll have some other surprises and prizes too. I know a lot of us volunteer some other prizes for some of the games we do at the G3. It's coming up soon. I'm excited. February 3rd through the 6th. Email me or get into that private Facebook group if you want to know more details. Again, travelandtiaras@gmail.com if you want to book with Mom and Judy. They had a great year. Let's talk about it last week. Came in number 9 in our travel agency. So that's super excited about. Thanks for supporting Mom and Judy and getting close to that new year. We're going to continue to be committed to you geeks, helping you enjoy your Disney World vacations. Reach out to me if you'd like to do a trip report, talk about your trip, review your plans for your trip, whatever. I'd love to help you connect with other people. Kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. Should I wish you a happy new year coming up? I think so. The next podcast will be like right after the first of the year. But let's look. It was a great Christmas. I hope you guys had a great one too, and hope you have a fantastic new year coming up. Thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us this past year. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day. Have a happy new year, and I hope all your dreams come true in this new year.